Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at the Outback Shop. Me and Oreo here are about to get on this Can-Am Maverick 1000R XMR Rebuild Part 5. So, yep, we got the steering rack in for it. It's on the jack, ready to come get some things taken off and get in here and get this steering rack. Here's the new one. It just came in. And I will have to just use the tie rods off the old one and joints, but we'll be good to go. Here's the pads that I had to reorder, and they have the little tabs on them. So that's what I was talking about there. They're a little bit bigger than the other ones that I had here. And yeah, so we should be able to do the brakes, get the steering all fixed up. And yeah, at that point, it should be good to go. So after we test it, we definitely got to test it because, you know, always got to test. But I'll be back whenever this is swapped out. Here we go. And we're not done. Once again, things have just not gone my way, guys. I don't know if I'm cursed or what right now, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It just seems to take forever. This just took like hours, guys. Hours just to get these bolts removed. The new one is now installed with different hardware that I scrounged up around the shop. So thank goodness I have all kind of nuts, bolts, washers, all that good stuff from where I used to work. Because I'll tell you what, I use a lot of my own bolts. But everything's nice and tight, good to go. Joints all in. So I got that all lined up and centered. I had to literally use this bar right here to go over a breaker bar, big ratchet, and the 15 with a swivel. Yeah. So that I had to get in back over here, and I had to remove the shock from here to be able to even get any turns on it whatsoever. And I promise you, it's hard the entire way to the very last thread. You're gonna fight these bolts. If you ever have to do this, it sucks. I'm just warning you now. Here's the bolts. I cannot even get these nuts to thread on here. Look at the ends of these suckers. It's either they're covered in thread lock or rust and mud. I don't know. But this is the same material as this, I do believe. Whatever this is to this, when it heats up, when it's coming off, they just like seize together and don't want to move anymore. Or if you're going to do something like this originally, you better put never seize all over these suckers. But we went back with some way better hardware with some lock washers, good to go as far as the rack goes. Oh, here we go. Here's the old one. Check this out, guys. You ever seen steering rack end links like that? I mean, that's about, it's done. It's done. So all I did was take tie rods off of there, got them swapped onto this one. I think we should be right about where they need to go. So I'm about to stick them on and put some tires on. And I did go ahead and change these brake pads just so you can see. I didn't forget about all that. They're good. There they are. Nice new pads, lubed up. Everything's nice and tight. And I rechecked that hub bearing on the other side. Everything's still good. These are all good. So tires are gonna go on it, and I'll throw the string around it and do the alignment. And at least get it somewhat close, and then we'll adjust from there. But yeah, I'll come back when the tires are on, and we'll buy them. And like that, the tires are back on. The alignment's done. I got it as straight as I could. Steering wheel straight. These joints are a little bit of a pain in the butt to adjust because when you turn that rod right there and everything's loose, when you spin it one way, it sucks in on one and goes out on the other. Instead of you spin it one way and it'll either suck in on both or go out on both joints. So I ended up taking the tie rod off and just adjusting that way and getting it real close. And then I would tighten it back down, check it, and then if it needed adjustment, I'd pop it back off again and make slight adjustments, and then I would end up putting it back in, tighten it down. And that's how I adjusted it. The reason being is because this joint's up in here are new and they're super tight. And I was afraid if I loosened this or went this way counterclockwise on this inner joint, it was going to undo that inner joint from the rack. I don't want that to happen. So I just did it that way. But anyway, so we good to go, guys. As you can see, it's back on the ground, all 4 tires. I'll put some air in them. And we are ready to go put it on the road and make sure she's straight. So let's go hit the road. All right, real quick, guys. Here's those brake pads and show you the difference. These were the ones that didn't fit. So let me show you. They got the ribs and everything. They're definitely not the same size, you can tell. So, yep, not gonna work. They weren't gonna work. I'm gonna try and make them work. So, and if you look on this side, I mean, definitely a lot more pad is contacting that rotor with these different or bigger pads. So the XMR has a bigger brake setup in the front. The rear of the XMR is the same as all the others. So just wanted to throw that in there. All right, guys, we're out here on the road. Let's give it a shot. See, make sure we're straight. Not touching the steering wheel right now. I'm just gonna leave it. We'll see if it tries to turn left or right without holding it. Doesn't look like it is though. We are going pretty straight. I'm gonna have to kind of veer right, but it feels pretty good. As soon as I touch it, I feel the steering rack engage, so everything's tight, which is good. Before it was super loose, had a lot of play. So yeah, it looks like I got it just about dead on. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah, definitely be good to go. Check it out, dude. Yeah. It's straight. Straight as it needs to be. So, oh yeah. So we gonna just flip a U-ey right here, like literally, and head back. So yeah, there we go. Let's flip it. Woo! That was a little bit squirrely. Too. We can actually stop now. Guys, I gotta say, this thing's a monster. It gets so squirrely on the pavement. I mean, I was spinning that whole time in the grass and on the pavement. It was hard to get some traction. But yeah, guys, I think might take it on a test to go check out, make sure the front wheel drive and everything is good. And then we're gonna have to call Steven up and let him know his unit's ready. So, we'll go ahead and pull her up in here until I go test it out in the mud. And yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Thank y'all for following on this part of the Can-Am Maverick 1000R XMR Rebuild. If y'all would, I'd appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I will see y'all in the mud.